Hey, what's up, guys? This is Don Nob, and this is my second wrestling video on YouTube. And it's also a response to 420 Goonies about this video is also a video about 5 things to that pisses him off about the WWE. And there's a lot of things that pisses me off about the WWE, but I'm gonna talk about and give my thoughts on his 5 reasons. um, the number five, and if it was for me, I'm gonna put it in number two. But let's just continue with it. The current world champions. It's been it's been since like 2002 and 2003. They've been talking about there's no championship credibility whatsoever. There's no use, for putting two championships. If SmackDown is the B show, then why put a world champion for it? Just unify the titles and make it like the tag team champion, and put the guy, with the title on both shows. It would certainly give the title more credibility. But let's check out the current champions. Cena on Raw with the WWE champion, or on SmackDown with the World Heavyweight champion. Randy Orton won the champion on his second week on SmackDown. John Cena won the champion after beating The Miz at Extreme Rules, at least I think. And the problem is that now Cena wants to take the champion till WrestleMania 2012, and nobody wants to see that. At least not me. But I don't care about who's the current champion. My only concern, my biggest problem with the world champion is that it doesn't have any credibility whatsoever. So what if you are a world champion? Who cares? You wanna know a company that deserves their talent and respects the champion. Let's make a little comparison about ROH and WWE with the World Champion situation. Since 2002, only 15 wrestlers from ROH, 15 hold or held the champion. Since 2002, only 15 wrestlers, and the only guy who won it twice was Austin Aries. Nobody won the champion twice. Not CM Punk, not Bryan Danielson, not Samoa Joe, not Nigel McGuinness. Nobody won the championship twice. But Joe held it for the record. It still stands with 645 days. 645 days Samoa Joe held the champion with 29 successful title defense. Now that's how you give your champion a credibility. But then Bryan Danielson, with more than 400 days as champion, successfully defended his champion 38 times. He won 38 matches as world champion, or as he defends the world champion. Maybe he lost a non-title matches, but when the title is on the line, Bryan Danielson successfully defended his champion 38 times, and he ties this number with Nigel McGuinness, who also won the champion or held the championship for 545 days with 38 successful title defense. Now that's how you give your championship a credibility. That's how you build your championship. In WWE, and I'm only going to talk about the WWE champion, I'm not going to speak about the World Heavyweight champion. The WWE championship since 2012, 39 wrestlers won the championship. 39. In ROH there were 15. And the biggest problem is, in the last 6 years, John Cena won the championship 8 times. Now, I don't know the last 6 years. So his championship The number of his championship are more than the years that he first won the champion. So it's a huge problem. But it's not. Fortunately, it's not their only problem, or unfortunately. Number four, the tag team division sucks. I can't really call it a tag team division because it's unfair for other companies to call it a tag team division and have them put a belt on Kozlov and Santino, Big Show and Kane, or even the Core or the new Nexus or the old Nexus. Who cares? Who gives a shit? Nobody wants to see Big Show and Kane as champions. You want a success. You want a good championship. You want a good tag team division. I don't want to compare ROH and WWE because there's no comparison whatsoever. But go to ROH and check out the talent there. You have the Kings of Wrestling. You have the world's greatest tag team, Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin, the Kings of Wrestling, of course, Claudio Castagnoli and Chris Hero. You have the American Wolves. They can reunite them whenever they want with Eddie Edwards and Davey Richards. You have the Briscoe brothers, Jay and Mark. So those are four legit tag teams, and you can have amazing matches, amazing feuds whenever you want. And also in the last 2 years they had the Young Bucks with Jeremy and Max, and also they had Steven Generico. So that's a good tag team division. Also TNA had a good tag team division with Beer Money and Motor City Machine Guns, and before that with the AMW, Styles and Daniels, LAX. I can't remember the WWE putting on a great tag team division since like the times that they had the Angle, Benoit, Edge, Mysterio feuds and all. Uh, right now, they just don't care about their tag team division, which sucks because I know tag team divisions or tag team matches are, they're authentic, they're similar to each other, they're more alike, but if you have great talent, they can put on a decent, amazing tag team match. But if you have, a guy like Kozlov and Santino, they're only going to do, fresh tags, fresh tags, fresh tags. They're not going to do anything more. Number three, their show sucks. SmackDown is. Let's talk about Raw first, because SmackDown is the B show. Raw sucks. There's no good wrestling in 1 month. Shows you could only have 2 to 3 good matches, which is a big problem. SmackDown is never going to be as good as Raw because they established SmackDown as the B show. Their pay-per-views suck. NXT, superstars, you could only look at the American broadcast companies and know what they think about superstars and NXT. But Raw, like I said, they're not putting the best Raw on TV. SmackDown, if you want to put on SmackDown, if SmackDown is a decent show, but it's only a Raw repeat, and B guys, just being pushed to the limit, and that's it. No one, they don't have the same viewers as Raw. But if you wanna bring back SmackDowns, when they branched the company to SmackDown and Raw, and each show had its own pay-per-view. They back then SmackDown was doing good and Raw was doing good as well because they're not gonna hype Raw and leave out SmackDown because SmackDown has their own pay-per-views. So they gotta hype Raw and hype SmackDown. That way they couldn't let go or neglected SmackDown. Number two, he said that WWE is all good on the road to WrestleMania. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about this subject a lot, but and if The Rock did not show up for this year, would anyone be interested watching WrestleMania? That's my only question for you. If The Rock didn't show up, were you were you ever going to be excited for WrestleMania? Number one, and one of the biggest problems, not only in WWE and TNA also, it's that the misuse of talent. You have a good roster. I'm not saying that WWE has an amazing roster because they lack main eventers, and it's their own problem. It's their own problem. They created this problem for themselves. It's not a wrestler's problem. But you have decent wrestlers. You have Drew McIntyre, Jack Swagger, Daniel Bryan, Sheamus, Ted DiBiase, and Wade Barrett. Seven guys are not being used well, and the big problem for WWE is in the past year and a half they lost Batista, Jericho, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Undertaker. Maybe I'm missing out on somebody. Maybe you can count on JBL. Like I said, Batista, Hunter, HBK, Undertaker, Jericho, and JBL. So you've lost six main eventers, and you've only created two with The Miz and Alberto Del Rio, and also we lost Edge. So seven main eventers in only a year and a half or 2 years, and you have only two main eventers in your company that you developed. So they're lacking the main eventers, and it's their own problem because they didn't give Morrison the chance. When they had him, Drew, they didn't give him the chance. Swagger, Ziggler, Wade, Teddy, Sheamus, Dan Bryan. So their talent is being misused, and also they have those wrestlers they can put on a good tag team matches, such as the Usos. They could put Hawkins and Ryder back together, and they fired Archer for no reason. Lance Cade, Vance Archer, he had a great tag team with Kurt Hawkins, so they had now they should put Ryder and Hawkins back together. The Dynasty put them back together, put the Usos back together with Gabriel and Slater. Sure, they're not the best tag team, but they're decent tag teams. And there are two Mexicos, Hunico and something I don't know in Florida, and I think they're doing very well there. So they're a good tag team, but they're waiting on them. So those Mexicans from FCW, the Usos, the Dynasty, and guys from the core, and bring out Hawkins or Ryder. You have five tag teams, and who knows? Maybe you can get the Briscoes from ROH. So you can get on good talent. So that's my video. I would have rearranged those points, but I didn't want to disrespect your video. And subscribe to my channel. I'll try to do more of wrestling and MMA videos. And that's it. Peace out.